What's up, everybody? My name is RaisorBlade, and welcome back to another episode of How Would I Fix, the final part of the Big Hero 6 How Would I Fix. I'm really glad you guys are all enjoying this new series with the new optimistic approach where instead of me just shitting endlessly on a movie I think is very bland and mediocre and really overrated, and instead we're giving it a fresh new perspective. We're trying to be a little more optimistic with this new series, and we're trying to instead improve upon it, add something to it, or at the very least, try to anyway, whether it be just a teensy-weensy little bit or a great amount. Again, the point of the series isn't really to, try and make a movie like an Oscar winner or something, even though Big Hero 6 technically already is an Oscar winner, technically. But instead, we're just trying to add a new perspective to this movie and trying to see what we can do different. Now again, a lot of you said that my new changes are actually making the story better. But at the same time, if somebody out there disagrees with me and thinks I'm making it worse and ruining Big Hero 6, because the show didn't do that already, then by all means, your opinion is yours. But anyway, let's carry on with the end of Big Hero 6, shall we? So when we last left off in this series, Big Hero 6 had finally come together. But unlike in the movie, where they all just kind of joined because the plot demanded it, in this scenario, every single member has their own reason to join the team. Hiro, Baymax, Honey Lemon, and Wasabi have all joined to avenge Tadashi. Gogo has joined because she wants payback against the guy that ruined her dreams and destroyed her bike. And Fred is doing this for Tadashi, his friends, and for the sake of just being a superhero because he loves superhero stuff. So now we get to the one part of the movie that I think really does need some serious changes. The character superhero costumes. Yeah, I really wasn't the big fan of their hero designs in the movie. I feel like they were a little too simplistic, not well thought out, and frankly played a little too safe. We'll start with Gogo. Get rid of the Frisbees, okay? Just get rid of them, okay? They're useless in the movie, they're useless in the TV show. Just take them, chuck them in the ocean, and don't look back, okay? Now, when I say the Frisbees, I'm talking about the Frisbees that she actually throws. The rollerblades, on the other hand, they can stay, okay? I mean, it only makes sense to keep the wheels. I like that. But what is she going to fight with? Well, in this scenario, we already know what she can fight with. Her fist. I actually think that'd be a really cool idea. Have Hiro design the rocket fist for Baymax, and then Gogo would notice that and think, hey, can you make something like that for me? And Hiro would say, sure. And the two would actually work on the gloves together. Like as friends, which is kind of interesting to see. So now, this is how Gogo would fight. My version of Gogo would fight a lot like My Hero Academia's Izuku Midoriya in Season 2, where he would be very fast. In this version, Gogo isn't the strongest member of the team, but she's definitely the fastest. Using her wheels, she'd be able to go around enemies in a flash. She'd basically be super quick, and then before the enemies even know what happened, she would have knocked them out with a good clean punch. Now again, she's not able to lift cars or anything like that, but the gloves that she's wearing do pack a bit more punch than her normal punches. So yeah, she's kind of like the Flash, kind of like Izuku Midoriya and stuff. She's just really fast, and she's a good fighter. Now we have Honey Lemon. Honey Lemon isn't that bad of a design, but I think at the same time the purse could be a little better. For starters, we do need to establish why the purse doesn't just blow up whenever she creates something. Like, how does the purse necessarily work? We do need to go a little bit more in detail with the purse, but outside of that, I think Honey Lemon's is okay. We can leave it alone. Wasabi's costume is also relatively perfectly okay too, but we can add on to that. Instead of just the blades, let's also make those blades shoot lasers. Yes, I know that Kingdom Hearts 3 did this too, and it actually blows my mind that the show didn't do this idea either. So we're doing it in my scenario. Wasabi cannot just cut through things with his hands, he can also shoot lasers as well, and I think that will definitely help immensely in the long run, okay? Because honestly, being a close-range fighter against a large enemy that's like 300 feet above you, not exactly useful, is it? And now finally we have Fred, who was in my opinion the best designed out of the entire team, even better than Baymax and Hiro. In this version, Fred is relatively going to stay the same, but we're going to add a lot more. In my version, I think Fred would go so over the top with his costume. He would have so many ideas. And now, of course, we can't have them all. There would actually be a great scene where Fred would just pull out a list, and it would just go down and just roll down the floor, basically cover his entire room. Okay, first off, and then we do this, and then we do this one too, and we do this one. And then Hiro said, yeah, we only have like a few hours. Can we just pick the best ones and we'll work with it. Fred is sort of the same way. He can jump really high, he can shoot flames, but we're going to add a few more things as well. For starters, this version of Fred will be super strong, and I mean super strong. He'll be able to lift cars, he'll be able to punch super hard, and frankly, his suit will be virtually indestructible. It'll be like some really powerful styrofoam that's basically as hard as a rock, soft on the inside, but hard on the outside. Basically, he can jump at something like a cannonball and just crush it. It would be awesome. He could just jump in the air, do a front flip, and the spikes on his back, they'll be like real spikes. Basically, they could shred through anything that comes his way, especially the microbots. There's also his third eye in his costume, which can shoot a gazer beam. Now, this gazer beam, however, will have one serious weakness. If he uses the gazer beam, that's it. He can only use it once per time because, well, it's a limited battery, and he can only use it as like a final ultimate move, which makes Fred perfectly happy because it's like, oh, it's like an anime, I get it. Baymax would relatively be perfectly the same. Like, again, he's really just kind of there to be the wings of Hiro and stuff like that. But that leads me to Hiro. Hiro needs more than what he was given in the movie. In the movie, he had absolutely nothing, and I have no idea what the writers were thinking when they gave Hiro no weapon to defend himself with. Again, when he gets separated from Baymax, he's pretty much useless. He just kind of puts himself in danger needlessly. Like, he needs a weapon of some kind. So, for once in my life, and you can quote me on this, I'm going to take influence from the television show. The television show actually did something right in trying to give Hiro a power of some kind. Now, it's not going to be the super strength thing. I'm going to give him the magnets. Now that, in my opinion, is actually kind of a cool idea. Have his magnets counteract the microbots. If the villain tries to attack him with the microbots, the magnets on his suit will repulse them and repel them away from him. It's a good idea, and it's a good way to get started. So like in the movie, we have all our costumes, and personally, I think theirs are much better. The team is far better equipped, and in this version, they're going to work way better as a team. Now, we'll get to that in a minute. First off, though, we got to have our flying around scene with Hiro and Baymax, and yeah, this scene plays out virtually the same as it did in the movie. Hiro and Baymax fly around, you know, there's the callback to Tadashi and everything like that. They have a nice little talk on the blimp. Again, this is perfectly fine. We'll leave it the same. So, like in the movie, Baymax is able to track Callaghan to the island that's not far off the coast of San Francisco, and everyone is ready to go and get him. But in this version, things play out a little bit differently. Everybody is ready to get on the Baymax and fly, but Gogo isn't too keen on just joining the others yet. Keep in mind, she is a loner, and I think even hopping onto a flying robot is a little too much for her. However, her wheels act a little bit like flippers as well, so she's able to run on the water pretty much. Or, well, ski on it. Yep, the wheels just kind of go from this to this, and she's able to just ski on them, and it's pretty cool in my opinion. So, yeah. I think that's something she would do. Honey Lemon would, of course, notice how Gogo is always in a hurry to be by herself and stuff like that. And she even asks Hiro as to why she is the way she is. And Hiro has no idea. But then Honey Lemon points out, but isn't she from the same world as you? Doesn't she bot fight like you do? I thought you'd be good friends. And I saw you two working together earlier, so what gives? And Hiro would just point out and say, I just don't know, okay? She doesn't talk much. So, like in the original movie, this all part kind of plays out virtually the same. Okay, Baymax and them all land on the island, they get into the base, and they find that security video of Aleister Crey and the military working on that interdimensional portal. Again, this plays out virtually the same, and everyone comes to the conclusion that Aleister Crey is the one behind everything. Boy, are they in for a surprise. And like in the original movie, Callaghan attacks them with their backs turned and pretty much crushes them. Like in the original movie, Baymax is able to stop the rock from crushing them and everyone makes it out okay. And there's actually a moment where Hiro checks to make sure everyone's okay. I know it's not much, but it's something I wanted to add in there. Now, this is a part of the movie I really want to talk about. Big Hero 6's first official fight. And no, that little getaway earlier in the movie doesn't count. This is their first official fight as heroes, as Big Hero 6. Now, how is this going to play out given the fact that everything is different? Well, at first, it plays out kind of the same. Baymax gets knocked out with a big strike, Fred gets knocked off to the side, you know, for comic relief, but then Gogo rushes in, ready to fight. Now again, she doesn't have her frisbee, so she can't just throw these frisbees at him and do nothing. In this movie, she has to be a little more clever than that. Callaghan takes a strike at her, but Gogo is actually to dodge it, and using her wheels when they do this, she's able to ski on top of him and get a good hit in. She nails him, but unfortunately, it's not enough to get the mask off. She bruises him on the shoulder. She hit him right here, and that's it. Even though it was a good hit, it wasn't enough. Callaghan, however, is able to one-up her and actually knocks her off her feet, or, well, off her wheels, so to speak. That's when Honey Lemon will come in and save Gogo. Oh yeah. There's a moment where the two actually work together in this instance. So, Callaghan is about to crush Gogo, but Honey Lemon uses a chem ball and creates a giant ice wall that stops the attack. Basically, yeah, Gogo got saved by another person that she barely knows. Huh. Interesting how that works. So, while Honey Lemon is distracting Callaghan, Gogo is able to sneak around the back to prepare for a counter-strike. This is when Callaghan is starting to get annoyed, creating multiple fists, punch after punch after punch after punch after punch, breaking through those ice walls until eventually Honey Lemon is forced to create a ball to hide herself in. This is where Gogo once again comes in, trying to finish off Callaghan. Now we cut back to Gogo, who is going around Callaghan, and of course Callaghan notices her and strikes again. And Gogo is prepared to do the same thing again, but this time has another idea. Instead of having her wheels go flat, this time she has an idea. What if the wheels stayed that way, stayed straight like that? She tries it and finds that her wheels actually kind of cut through the microbots, kind of like a saw blade. Huh. Wow, I really wish I could throw these wheels. I'm just kidding, no. But thanks to her new discovery, she's able to create a new technique that actually slices through the microbots using her feet. She's able to kick through the blades, she's able to kick through the attacks and everything. It works out pretty well. And again, she's able to work her way up to Callaghan and get another solid punch in. This time, she hits him right in the gut, knocking his breath out. This actually distracts him for a brief moment and gives Wasabi the chance to start blasting at him. But at the last possible second, Callaghan is able to regain his composure and creates a wall of microbots to protect him from the blast. Like in the movie, there will be a brief instance where Wasabi kind of has to just stand there and just swings wildly, trying to not die. But like in the movie, he wasn't watching his feet, and he gets tossed in the sidelines into Fred. Kind of the same as the movie. But this time, instead of Gogo and Honey Lemon being knocked out, it's just Honey Lemon as well. So yeah, Wasabi, Fred, Honey Lemon, they're out of the fight. Hiro and Baymax are still over there doing whatever they were doing in the movie. Where were they in the fight? But Gogo was still in the fight, and this time she's more agitated than ever, wanting to win this thing. Gogo just keeps trying her best, but Callaghan starts overwhelming her with barrage after barrage after barrage, until eventually he creates this giant Gatling gun of a machine gun and just starts shooting at her with giant batches of microbots, just and Gogo is not fast enough. Again, we can use our imagination. We can have some fun with this, alright? So, creating a giant Gatling gun, starts shooting at her, and Gogo isn't fast enough. She gets nailed with a giant batch of microbots, and it knocks her on her ass. She's down. And this time, Callaghan is not going to let her get away. With the others out of the way, Gogo can finally be wiped out once and for all. But like in the movie, Baymax and Hiro finally come to the rescue. And like in the original movie, Hiro was able to knock Callaghan off his perch and knock the mask off as well, deactivating the microbots and letting everyone know that we pretty much won the fight. And like in the movie, we finally learn who's behind the mask after all this time. Everybody is absolutely blown away by this revelation, with the exception of Gogo, who has no real idea who Callaghan is. When she finds out he's a teacher, nothing really changes for her. She never knew this guy. Hiro, understandably like in the movie, is absolutely devastated by this news. Everybody thought Callaghan had died, and what's worse, Tadashi went in there to save Callaghan, just like in the movie. But this time, instead of just being a blind, rage-filled asshole, Callaghan this time is going to be a little bit more sympathetic. Yeah, we're not going to have him just be some sudden dick for no good reason, honestly. In this version, Callaghan is going to be a little bit more relatable. My brother went in there to save you, don't you know that? He did? What? I thought everyone made it out. Wait, why was your brother in there? He went in there to save you! You know that? Callaghan would of course be devastated by those words. The fact that Tadashi went in there to save him when he was responsible. In this version, Callaghan genuinely didn't want anyone to get hurt, with the exception of Cray. Cray was his only target. So finding out that someone did in fact die because of his actions, it breaks his heart. He never wanted to hurt anybody, especially Tadashi. Tadashi was like his star pupil. He wouldn't want anything to happen to Tadashi. Hiro, I had no idea. I'm sorry. You don't understand why I'm doing this. Why, huh? Tell me why. It's because of my daughter! You saw the video, didn't you? At this moment, Callaghan would explain his entire plan. Instead of everyone just kind of coming to the conclusion through a video, Callaghan would actually tell the whole story to the team right there on the spot. My daughter, Abigail. The love of my life. She worked so hard to get to where she was. She was so ready to see the stars that we could never see. She was so ready to see worlds we would never see in our lifetime. She worked her whole life to see that. But Cray, that monster, he took it all away! I'm not to blame for Tadashi, Hiro. I'm doing this because of Cray. Cray took everything from me when he put Abigail in that machine. Hiro is absolutely mind-blown by what Callaghan has said and done. He really can't believe it. And at the same time, Hiro kind of understands where Callaghan's coming from. When Hiro was going into this place, Hiro was just as vengeful as he was in the movie. He was ready to get some payback personally. I mean, he never really let it show to the others, but honestly, he did kind of want some payback, the same way Gogo wanted payback. But after hearing what Callaghan had to say, suddenly he kind of gets it. He kind of understands where Callaghan is coming from. Hiro came here hoping to get some payback, but now he realizes that Callaghan's doing the exact same thing. It's at that moment where Hiro finally realizes how awful he's been. This feeling of wanting revenge and stuff like that, it does something to you. It actually turns you into someone you're not. Callaghan has completely pulled a 180 and become someone completely different because of his lust for vengeance. And now Hiro realizes he was on the same path. I mean, God, what could have happened if Callaghan didn't explain that to him? What if Callaghan was just some mindless asshole? What would Hiro have done? So at that moment, Hiro finally realizes that stopping Callaghan the way he originally planned wasn't going to bring Tadashi back. It wasn't going to change anything. At that moment, Hiro decides that he's not going to do it. He's not going to do what he originally planned. Instead, he's going to do it right. Callaghan, I think I understand. But you still did something so horrible. You know that, right? You took my brother from me. You almost hurt a lot of people. Everyone is ecstatic to hear that they have won. They actually stopped the bad guy, especially Fred. But one person, however, isn't. Gogo. Gogo is absolutely livid about that thought. I mean, this guy ruined everything for her. Took away the one thing she had going for her. The one thing she had. Period. Like, she doesn't have any friends. She doesn't have a family. Sure, she didn't lose a brother or anything like that, but she still lost the one thing she had in her life. At this point, she's got nothing left to lose. At that moment, Gogo just lashes out at Hiro and the team for being such cowards and weaklings. Like saying, you realize that this guy isn't sorry, right? He's not sorry. He's still going to do what he has to do, right? At that moment, Callaghan starts backing away from Gogo, saying, I'm sorry. I don't even know who you are. And at that moment, Gogo says, oh, I know you don't. No one does. And just shoves a right hook in his face. Again, he doesn't have the mask. A brutal, full power right hook. That knocks a tooth out on Callaghan's mouth. Even a little bit of blood starts spewing out on his mouth from that punch. It's just a brutal punch, and everyone is blown away by that. Like, wow, Gogo, what's gotten into you? Like, I mean, we won. You don't have to do this anymore. And yeah, I know some people might be saying, oh, do we really need the blood dripping down his mouth? I think so. It's a PG-rated movie. We can see a little bit of blood, okay? Okay, it's not like he's spitting up blood or his organs or anything like that. Just a little drip of blood on his side of his cheek with a little bloody tooth on the ground. I don't think it's that risque or that bad for a PG-rated movie. So yeah, plus I think it drives the point home a little harder that Gogo really hit him with everything she had. So, like in the original movie, Hiro and the team try really hard to restrain the person going crazy. But instead of it being Baymax, this time it's Gogo. But Gogo being an experienced fighter, she's able to hold her own pretty well against the others. She's able to knock back Hiro, she's able to knock back Honey Lemon, she's able to knock back Fred even, Wasabi. Yeah, she's able to knock back pretty much everyone. The only person she's not able to knock back is Baymax, who just grabs her in this big bear hug and just holds her. Yeah. There's nothing she can do against this bear hug. Like in the movie, Callaghan took advantage of the discourse, grabbed the mask, and used the microbots to escape along with the portal. Gogo is, of course, furious, actually thinking for 2 seconds that these people were actually her friends, that they actually gave a shit about her. But clearly she was wrong. Like in the movie, she throws a tantrum, she gets mad at everybody, and everybody calls her out for her terrible behavior. Honey Lemon and Hiro finally just straight up ask, what is your problem? Why can't you just trust anybody? And at that moment, Gogo just turns around and smacks Hiro in the face. Like, just kind of smacks him. And everybody's kind of blown away that she just smacked a kid. Like a 14-year-old kid. But at that moment, Gogo finally saw something. When Hiro finally picked himself up, Gogo finally realized what she just did. Like there. It suddenly hit her. Oh my god. I really didn't mean to hit him like that. I didn't mean to hurt Hiro. Gogo then just takes off and just runs away from everybody. She goes up the front door, out the main exit, and skis across the water to try and get as far away from there as possible. At that moment, everyone's kind of stunned and worried for Hiro. Like, Hiro, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. She didn't mean it. She really didn't. Come on, guys, we gotta find her. Yeah, despite what happened, Hiro realizes that Gogo didn't mean to do that. He understands that Gogo is clearly going through something right now. She's clearly got some issues that she needs to work out, and Hiro wants to help her. Because after all, someone has to help. So, everybody decides to split up across San Francisco trying to find Gogo. But really, no one really knows where to look. They barely know Gogo. They don't really know where to start. Hiro, however, does. And where else does Gogo end up being? Except at the place where he first met her. At the same place they had the bot fight. So Hiro and Baymax find Gogo in the place where Hiro had his first bot fight with her. At this point in time, Gogo is throwing a bit of a temper tantrum and basically just destroying all the junk that's just laying around in this place. This is kind of like a second home for her, so to speak. And when Hiro comes in and says, "Hey, Gogo," Gogo just chucks something at him, but it misses. Hiro's like, "You missed. I mean, I'm glad, but you missed. Leave me alone, Hiro. Just go away. Go stop Callaghan. Go save the city like a real superhero. Go save lives like your brother did." And of course, Hiro takes that line a little personally, saying, "Hey, you know Tadashi saved you too, you know." "I know he saved me, and it's weird, okay?" "Weird? How is it weird? Someone saved me? Like, are you kidding me? I've never had that happen to me before." You say that like it's a bad thing. It is when you're on the streets like I am. It is for me. When you live on the streets, Hiro, it's all for one and that's it. It's really weird and kind of stupid when you start caring about other people. Well, excuse me, Gogo, but for me and Tadashi, it's always been one for all. We always look out for each other, and we always look out for other people. Gogo, of course, is still so confused. At this point, Gogo is just getting more and more frustrated. "What, do you want to know the truth about me, Hiro? You want to know that my parents are gone? You want to know that my family's gone? You want to know that everything is gone? My dreams are gone? Is that going to make you feel better, Hiro? Is that going to change anything? Because it won't!" Admitting to it doesn't change the fact that it's true. Really, Gogo's the only person to notice that. At this point, Gogo is the only person in her life that has accepted that she's lost everything, and that the situation is kind of hopeless for her. Even though in reality it's not, that's what she believes in. Everything is gone. I've never really had anything of my own except for that. My dream. My one shot to getting into that school. And it's gone. And nothing's going to bring it back. Nothing is going to bring it back. It's at this point where Baymax would kind of intervene between the two and play that clip for Tadashi. Tadashi believed in everyone. Tadashi believed in a better world. Tadashi believed in helping people. And at that point, the clip would play, and like in the original movie, it would pretty much be the same clip that is played in the movie, with Tadashi talking about how Baymax was going to help a lot of people, was going to inspire his brother, and was going to pretty much change the world. And like in the movie, Hiro would start crying at that clip. I mean, that was his brother. That was his dream. My brother's gone, but his dream's still alive. His dream lives in Baymax, and he lives in me. Who says dreams have to die that easily? At that moment, those words somehow resonate with Gogo. She still has no idea how someone can just believe in her despite not even knowing who she is. But that's just the kind of person that Tadashi was. And that's the person that Hiro aspires to be. Despite how messed up Gogo can be, Hiro still believes in her and wants to give her another shot. Gogo is absolutely mind blown by that, but is honestly kind of touched by that. She really is. She can't bring herself to admit it, but she actually does kind of like having friends. She does like being part of this team. So she decides to go along with it. Gogo, Hiro, and Baymax all return and reunite with the rest of the group at Fred's place. Gogo apologizes for her outburst, and everyone just accepts her, which again blows her mind. She really didn't expect everyone to just kind of accept her apology and accept her in the group. Again, that just blows her mind. Wait, seriously? You're just going to accept my apology like that? Like that? I literally slapped a child. And then Fred, of course, in the background would say, "Yeah, but have you seen how many video games I have in there? I can't even tell you how many times I've run over children, sick people, and old ladies. Trust me, okay? There's nothing new in this group." So Gogo is flattered and, in a way, even kind of touched that everyone accepted her in the group, and now they can all work together on how to stop Callaghan. So now we cut to the next day, where Callaghan attacks Cray Industries and is ready to get his revenge on Alistair Cray. This plays out pretty much the same as the movie, but it does play out a little bit differently because the suits are different. For starters, Gogo is actually willing to work with the rest of the team and even tries looking out for them, as opposed to in the last fight where she was kind of just doing her own thing. First, we start with Wasabi, who was on top of that wall being attacked by Callaghan and then almost crushed crushed by those wall panels. I like to think there'd be a moment where Gogo would actually ride up the wall and using her strong punches would punch through one side, giving Wasabi a bit of legroom so he can get out of the way. Then we cut to Honey Lemon, who, like in the original movie, is forced to create that chemball barrier to protect her from Callaghan's attacks. In this version, Gogo would perform a one-for-all full counting shoot-toss style attack, and would use her wheels to slice through the microbots, giving Honey Lemon that extra time to be able to escape that barrier. We then cut to Fred, who, like in the original movie, is being pulled in all kinds of directions by Callaghan. This time, Gogo is using a good combination of both her punches and her kicks to break Fred free. But Baymax, of course, gets smashed into the ground, and yeah, there really isn't much that Baymax can do in that situation. At least for now, anyway. Until Gogo comes in and uses a signature attack, a double disc kick. Yeah, using both her feet and the wheels, she's able to slice through the microbots that are covering up both Hiro and Baymax is able to escape with Hiro on top of him. So, like in the original movie, Hiro, Baymax, and all of Big Hero 6 regroup, with Hiro giving him the idea to attack the microbots instead, as they'll get stuck up in the portal when they get destroyed. So this scene plays out pretty much the same. Honey Lemon and Fred create a smoke screen, Baymax and Hiro distract Callaghan, and everybody goes for the microbots at the bottom. All the microbots are taken care of, Callaghan is defeated, and the portal crashes down on top of what's left of Crytek Industries. And like in the original movie, the portal is so activated, and Baymax notices there's a life form within the portal. Abigail is in there, and she's alive, in fact. So, like in the original movie, Hiro and Baymax are ready to go into the portal to try and get Abigail, but this time, Gogo decides to go in with them, to make sure that Hiro doesn't get hurt. I mean, after all, what are friends for, right? So yeah, the three fly into the portal, and of course we get to see Dr. Seuss Cotton Candy Land. Hiro, Baymax, and Gogo find Abigail and begin to head for the entrance, but like in the original movie, a huge slab of building smashes into them, with Baymax taking the blunt of the force. Baymax's suit is completely damaged, and Hiro and Gogo are kind of left floating there, trying their best to kind of reach out for Baymax. Meanwhile, outside, Honey Lemon, Wasabi, and Fred are all just kind of waiting there patiently, hoping that they're able to get out of there in time. Like in the original movie, Hiro and Baymax have to say their goodbyes, and Baymax sacrifices himself to get Hiro, Abigail, and Gogo all out safely. Hiro and Gogo make it out okay, Abigail is going to make a full recovery, Callaghan is arrested for what he's done, and when the next day comes, Hiro is ready to start his first day at college. Everyone is there ready to wish him luck on his first day. Wasabi, Honey Lemon, Fred, and even Gogo is there. I know Gogo doesn't go to the school yet, but she's been reinvigorated to try and get into the school one more time. I think there'd be even a really cute scene where Gogo will pull out some schematics and actually show Hiro a new, even better bike that she wants to start getting worked on. And Hiro even decides to invite her over after school so they can work on it in the garage at the restaurant together. Yeah, I think the two would have this nice, brotherly, sisterly kind of relationship, you know, because Gogo doesn't really have many friends. And then, of course, Honey Lemon would put her arm around Gogo and say, maybe after that you want to come over and hang out. And then Gogo would say, don't push your luck. So, like in the original movie, Hiro would have his new college lab, and he would place Baymax's fist on top of the podium for show. But here's one major difference. That ship from Tadashi is not in Baymax. Yep, Baymax didn't give Hiro that ship. Baymax is officially gone forever. Yeah, I kind of like that idea a little bit better. You can argue I'm ripping off Next Gen with this ending, but I like the fact that they kind of lost something for good in that movie. With Next Gen, 7723's memories were completely gone for good. There was no rebooting, there was no backup hard drive. Yeah, 7723's memories were completely gone for good, and everyone had to kind of just live with that. I like the idea that in this movie, Hiro did not get Tadashi's chip back. In this version, Baymax, as far as they knew, was completely gone. But this does give Hiro another idea. This time, we're going to rebuild Baymax. And this time, we're going to give us a brand new Baymax. A new, completely different Baymax than the one we've gotten to know and love. Yeah, I know. That sounds a little weird, isn't it? This time, however, it's going to be a bit of Hiro's design. This new Baymax is going to be sort of similar to Tadashi's Baymax, but it's also going to be a lot more based on the comic Baymax. So yeah, it's going to be kind of a nice combination between the fluffy, inflatable one and the comic book one, which was genuinely a robot. So I kind of like the idea that by the end of the day, Hiro has this new Baymax that is perfectly designed to help people for medical reasons and also be a badass superhero robot. And the movie, of course, ends the same way the movie did, with everyone making a pledge to save the city and be Big Hero 6. Awesome. And that is how I would fix Big Hero 6. I hope you guys all liked my interpretation of the story, or at least the way I would try and fix it. So let's go over the things I changed one more time. Basically, I gave the side characters more to do in the story. Gogo, Honey Lemon, Fred, and Wasabi all had their own reasons to become heroes and join Big Hero 6, and along with that, they had their own time to develop and become their own individual characters. I know that Fred, Honey Lemon, and Wasabi could have been developed a little bit more, but honestly, I think the focus of the story should have been on Hiro and Baymax, with Gogo on the side a little bit more. Yeah, Gogo especially I wanted to develop a lot more. I want to prove to people that you don't need to give a woman some stupid catchphrase like woman up to make a female a strong female character. You can just make her a strong character. I just thought it was really annoying that people look up to her and say she's a strong female character, but she had little to no character in the movie, virtually no purpose to the movie, and the only reason people liked her is because of that catchphrase. No, Gogo can be way better, and I know she can be way better, and hopefully I did her some justice with this new series. Again, the thing I didn't really want to change that much was the relationship between Hiro and Baymax. Again, for what it was, the movie did that perfectly fine. Hiro and Baymax really were the strongest parts of the movie. In fact, I still stand by it when I said the movie should have just been about them, but it wasn't. It had these 4 other characters. So that was my main drive when it came to trying to fix the movie. Just make these 4 other characters more interesting and less one note than they are in the movie. And even more or less one note than they are in the show. So, that's how I would fix Big Hero 6. Tell me what you guys thought. Did you think I fixed it? Did you guys think I ruined it? Let me know in the comments below. And while you're at it, let me know what movie I should fix next. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I will see you guys in the next episode. So stay awesome, guys. Rock on.